The beacon of Gondor has been lit. The East Coast AMC nerds have updated the subreddit. Tonight's AMC Scream Unseen movie is Hokum, the Adam Scott folk horror movie with that donkey thing that was in the first trailer and hasn't left my nightmares since. I've got my ticket for Hokum. I'm about to head inside and get ready for that, and I will join you after. I will fully admit that when I see a trailer for a horror movie that has a few jump scares in it, I immediately lean towards expecting the worst, because I grew up during a period when horror movies had really bad tendencies about doing the easiest thing possible.
Something feels off. Jesus.
Jump scare.
Hokum does not do that. In fact, one of the best things I can say without spoiling anything about Hokum is it knows what somebody who's seen a ton of horror movies is going to expect as a sort of yada 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 easy thing to do next. Hokum isn't trying to break the cycle necessarily, but it does know when to throw in something that's a little different. You know, every now and then something happens to just throw off the usual plot beats. It's not trying to have shocking twists or reinvent the genre, but it will get you to a point where you will sort of hand wave and be like, yeah, whatever, okay, let's move on. And then something completely different happens that sets the plot off kilter a little bit, and suddenly it's not as easy as it was before. With that said, even as things change throughout the movie and circumstances evolve, one of the best compliments I can give a horror movie that involves the supernatural is there are rules to the supernatural that work. Because think about it, most ghost or witch-based horror, folk horror in general, generally revolves around somebody breaking a cardinal rule and paying for it. Hokum isn't obsessed with rules, but it does have them, and they make sense. And if you watch the movie over again after you've seen it one time, I feel like there are going to be lots of little bits where you have fun being like, oh, that thing, I get it now. It is good enough. I'm not going to sit here and rattle off plot points and everything. You should go see Hokum. It is really good. Adam Scott genuinely delivers. If I had a nickel for every time Adam Scott's in a creepy situation where he has to get in an elevator he shouldn't really get into, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right? Adam Scott really delivers. The setting genuinely benefits the movie. It's not just in Ireland because Irish tax dollars paid for a good portion of it. Like, the Irishness of the movie genuinely contributes. All of the cast are great. There's not really a weak point. You watch enough horror movies, you will encounter, you know, D-tier actors who are really dragging down the whole assembly, but in this case, wouldn't change a thing. This is another instance of a movie where I am 100% sold on buying a Blu-ray. I may not pre-order one tonight because I doubt there is one already, but when one pops up, especially if there's a commentary or two, consider me bought. Invest in Hokum. The stocks may not be doing so great in the real world, but you do well to invest in Hokum with your movie dollars. Also, go watch You, Me, and Tuscany. I'm not going to give up on that. You, Me, and Tuscany is really good. It may be a box office failure right now, but it really needs your support, and it's a fun, feel-good rom-com. That's right, I've recommended a romantic comedy in this folk horror review. That'll do it for talking about Hokum. Next week is another AMC Scream Unseen. It's a horror movie, and all signs point to it being Renny Harlin's Deep Water, the movie about a plane that crashes in that there ocean, and half of the movie is Ben Kingsley trapped underwater, and half of the movie is Aaron Eckhart on top of the water with sharks. The new trailer puts way too much footage of the movie in it, and ends with a shot of Eckhart shooting a shark in the mouth with a flare gun. We'll see. Thank you for watching. If you want to help support me doing this, it's not that expensive to do, and I'm trying to pay for this hobby with supporters on patreon.com/GavinGWiz. I've already got a couple people out there, dear friends, Caro and Ganna, you know who you are. Thank you so much for helping make this a reality. If you want to get in on this and see my thoughts on Screen Unseen movies the night they happen, patreon.com/GavinGWiz. All right, someone's getting close, so I'm going to leave. Bye.